All right, Ralph here, Boricua Sense. This episode is brought to you in part by the good folks at Torombolo. And today, we're going to talk about a new scent, new to the collection. It's been out for a minute now. Exactly looking at 3 years now. But for some reason here lately, it's just making this big comeback. And, well, I'm talking about KAAF by Ahmed Al-Maghribi. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. I'm probably butchering that name. But interesting story with this one. Stay tuned. All right, first and foremost, I'd like to ask you guys to like, subscribe, and comment on these scents that we discussed in the channel. Now, this one has been on my radar forever. I'm talking well over a year that I've had this on my radar, but it was always, it wasn't crazy expensive, but it was higher than I would like to pay for an aquatic, considering that I have several. And it went silent, and then I was just looking and I found it for 27 bucks, and I'm like, holy crap, I pulled the trigger. And this could be coincidence, I don't know, but it seems that the price dropped, and then all the influencers, all these people on YouTube, all these people started talking about this as if it was a brand new scent, and all of a sudden the price is going back up again. That's just a little food for thought. I just saw it now for 41 bucks. I paid 27. You do the math. I keep these things honest. I'm not gonna BS anybody, but that's yeah. I'm not gonna criticize, but I think that's
bullshit.
You know. So let's talk about this. Everybody that I value their opinion on this thing says the same thing. This thing is a monster. It projects, it's loud, you go nose blind, it's nuclear, atomic, etc. We can go on all night long about it. But let's talk about some accords. The main accords on this bad boy are lavender, musky, ozonic, aquatic, powdery, white floral, woody, aromatic, floral, and amber. The ratings on this are 4.28 with only 523 votes. Now this thing supposedly has been around since 2022. That's interesting. Now let's talk about the notes. Top notes are lavender, watermelon, Sicilian orange, red fruits. Middle notes are lily of the valley, lotus, jasmine. Base notes white musk, sandalwood, and ambroxan. A lot of people say this is a clone of Percival by Parfums de Marly. I don't know, never smelled it, don't care to, and I'm sure it's way overpriced. Some people say it's something called Fierce, yeah, by Abercrombie and Finch. Don't know it either, don't care to, because I'm sure it's overpriced. Now I want to do an official unboxing on this, but honestly, I was so eager to try it that I opened it up and I sprayed it on myself. I got out of the shower and I sprayed it on, and let me tell you, it's some of the things that they say about it are true. The oil, you can tell that it's a high oil concentration. Just looking at the juice, it's almost like syrupy. I sprayed it on, and this shine is crazy. I'm going to tell you what it reminds me of here in just a second. Pressurized atomizer, you can't beat that. It's very good. It's very nice. It is an aquatic, but I'm going to tell you right now, and I may be off, maybe because, you know, it's quarter after 6 p.m. Today I wore a pretty strong scent today, Ether X-Ray. That's what I wore today by French Avenue, which is awesome. And I'm here to tell you what this reminds me of. This reminds me of Hawass, the original, the OG, with a watermelon note. That's what this reminds me of. What? And like I said, I could be off. Some of these influencers are talking about this thing being the greatest thing on the planet. It revolutionized scents as we know it, and it reinvented the wheel. They will say that. Does it smell good? Absolutely it does. Am I gonna wear it? You bet your ass I'm gonna wear this. Because I like the fact that I can tell you right now that this thing is gonna be a monster. But what it reminds me of is Hawass the OG plus watermelon. I've had Hawass the OG forever, so I'm pretty sure everybody calls it a clone of Invictus or something. I don't know. I don't care. But that's what this reminds me of. So you take that with a grain of salt. If I'm wrong, please comment and tell me, hey man, you're a dumbass, you're wrong. But that's what this thing is telling me. I personally would not overspend on it, because I'm telling you, I got it for $27 and right now it's already back to 40 because all these influencers are going nuts, going, and I'm like, wait a minute, I thought this thing was dormant. Nobody ever spoke about it until it's almost like they said, we got to lower the price. And then all these influencers started going at it. Oh, now we can jack the price back up. I could be wrong, I don't know. But to the average consumer, such as myself, that's what I'm seeing. I'm just glad I got it when it was low, because if you look right now, it's gonna be back up again. Just trust me, because I already looked at it. It's pretty sad. Anyway, so enough about that. I'm gonna give this, I'm gonna take away the fact that I was expecting to be blown away. As a standalone scent, I'm gonna give this a 9. But again, to me, it reminds me of Hawass, the OG, with watermelon. As a matter of fact, let's look at Hawass. It's got a few of the same notes, not a lot, but they share a lot of the same notes, just like anything else, really. So you can say, oh, this is a clone of this, or there's a clone of that, or no, because if you look at scents that way, then you're just never gonna be satisfied. So as a standalone, it's great. If I did not own Hawass or Hawass Ice, I'd be like, holy crap, this is the best thing on the planet. But since I've owned them for a while and I've worn them forever, then that's what I'm getting. But if you see it cheap, get it. If you don't have Hawass or Hawass Ice, get it. I wouldn't spend more than 40 bucks for it. I wouldn't spend more than 30, because I spent 27 for it. So just watch it when it drops again and then buy it. Pull the trigger. That's what I gotta say. So anyway, enough about that. So please like, comment, and tell me what you think. What are your thoughts on this one? KAAF. Good stuff. Hands down. All right. Till the next time. Later.